Also, what is this music? Very Halloween-ish, which is weird considering it's February, but heck, I like it. I don't mind. The league title. Every team dreams of it at the beginning of the season. Yet as the weeks wear on, challenger after challenger falls by the wayside. Now Inter London have the chance to clinch first place, and only the reigning champions, North Shore United, remain in their way. Hello everyone, I'm Metafiction, and as I said, today we could see the crowning of the SSL Minor Division champion. That match that will decide that will go on second as Inter London, with a win or draw, confirm their status as the league champions for this season. Whereas if North Shore United win, it's all to play for in the final match day. The rest of the card today is more or less to determine final standings among the rest of the division. Nothing really to play for any of these teams, but certainly wanting to end the season on a high note. Some just wanting the season to be over with already, quite frankly. We begin today in Cairo, where after being potential league leaders, and in fact being first place on in the table at one point, Cairo City have fallen as far as 5th place. Now, coming up against Atheni, who have been near or at the bottom basically the entire season. Both teams looking to, again, at least end on a high note. Cairo hopefully hoping to get back into the top half. They will kick us off, left to right in the yellow and brown. Meanwhile, for Atheni, they'll be looking for points to try and lift themselves off the bottom of the table in the closing stages. Should be a very interesting match today as Motor sends the long ball up the flank. Here's Okocha for Cairo. Cutting it back, passes inside, looking for Ibrahimovic, but couldn't get there. Now Pelletier coming forward, but is dispossessed by Ness. Duke sends it long for Atheni. Bourne. Hyuga tried to send it forward, but Ness was there to cut out the pass. Now Cairo passing it among their defense. Motor forward to Okocha. Bierman sends it out to Greer. Ibrahimovic tried to, I believe, find Hayden there, but nothing doing. Hayden was offside, so did not make the run. Cairo do get the ball off of the long ball, though. Hayden through to Okocha. Okocha puts it past the keeper. And a quick opening goal for Cairo City. Cairo 1, Atheni 0. Cairo recovered the long ball from Duke. Ibrahimovic passed it forward to Hayden, who first time passed the through ball to Okocha. And from there, a great finish by Okocha. And Atheni in an early hole. It's not been the best season for Atheni, as Ibrahimovic dispossessing the Atheni player. Now Hayden through to Okocha again, fires, and just like that, it's a second. In less than a minute, JJ Okocha has 2 goals for Cairo City. Bourne there was dispossessed by Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Laid it off for Hayden, who sent in another through ball for Okocha. And once again, Okocha with the finish. And Atheni's trouble has instantly doubled. Motor sends the free kick off of the Atheni wall for a corner. It will be Jude Greer to take it. Across it meets the head of Pelletier. Rupp now. Motor sends it out wide to Hayden. Cuts back inside and fires wide at the near post. It's not every day we see 2 goals within the same minute on the score sheet, but there it is, as Pelletier is through now for Athenai and fires just over the bar, but it looks like it was saved by the rack, so it will be an Athenai corner kick here as Hinata Hyuga sends it in. Tried to find a friendly header, but couldn't. Now Labovich to Bourne. Athenai being forced back a bit here. Penshaw tried to find Hyuga, but Greer heads it behind for another corner. Hyuga to take again. And once again headed out. Now Penshaw trying to find space. Desor Mo had a shot, but it came off the head of the Cairo defender. I wasn't sure who that was. But the move will end there. And it is now another corner for Cairo City. Austin headed just past the post. Ibrahimovic very nearly made it 3 there. Labovich intercepts the throw. Sends up the line for Pelletier. A strong challenge by Motor, and Cairo bringing it the other way. Okocha could be a hat trick. It fell to Hayden, who had it deflected. Hayden picks it back up. Now playing back along the right flank were Cairo, but the move fizzles out. And very nearly another goal for Cairo in that quick sequence of play as Okocha comes forward again. Ibrahimovic to Hayden, forced out wide, back into Greer. Motor to Bierman, who fires from distance. A good save by Duke, though. Now Ness coming up the near flank. Plays the 1-2 with Pleasureman. Justin's. Wait a minute. It's been, I believe the referee has given a penalty and is going over to the screen. Well, I didn't see the incident. I was focusing on the movement of the ball there, but it seems the referee has seen something that they didn't like. We'll get the verdict now. And no penalty is given. Well, it was a bit of a heart-and-mouth moment there for Athenai, as that would have put them 3-0 down in the early stages. Duke now sending the goal kick. It's headed down by Laurent to Okocha. Okocha dribbling through the center of the park. Defending at the last second, but Hayden is there, and Hayden puts the rebound away. And that's 3 goals in the span of just a hair over 30 minutes for Cairo City. And that was Lavoie with a very strong challenge on Okocha, but it fell into the path of Hayden, and Hayden just taking care of business. Bit of an unfortunate setback there for Athenai, but as I often say, they all count the same as Motor sends in the corner. Ibrahimovic had a shot held by Duke. Cairo certainly will be frustrated that they weren't able to make good on their lead at one time as Motor fires into the wall. Bierman had another shot from range. This one goes over the bar. As I said at the top, Cairo were leading the table at one point, but after a string of poor results, fell as far as 5th where they currently reside. At one point, title challengers, now just hoping for a strong finish to this season, as Panda's pass not quite enough to find Hyuga. Now Motor coming forward. Sends back to Duke. And Athenai certainly have performed somewhat better than their standing would seem, but not really able to capitalize on those performances as Lwa sends into Hyuga. Labovich, though, in the box, tries to square it, found Panda, and Balder Panda has one back for Athenai. Well, there's an example of what I was talking about. This Athenai team certainly capable, of some very strong movement. The striker had the dummy run. Labovich squared it back to Panda, who was in a load of space, and an intelligently run sequence of passes there by Athenai. And the deficit now is only 2. Still a considerable hole to dig oneself out of, but certainly better than 3, as now Labovich comes forward again. Athenai seizing possession of the ball. Here's Hyuga. Tried to find Bourne, but Bierman was there to intercept. And now the ball into, again, behind to Okocha. And Okocha has a first half trick. Well, as soon as they thought they were starting to climb out of the hole, Athenai shunted right back down by J.J. Okocha. Cutting to the right, getting the ball onto his right foot, and firing past Duke. An excellent finish. And Athenai once again find themselves 3 goals down. Motor again winning the ball off of the Athenai player. Forward to Hayden, who sends it back. Bierman to Motor. Now Greer, cutting through the middle. Finds Pleasureman. Pleasureman fired, but it wound up going wide. And there it is, the halftime whistle. Cairo lead 4-1 in a strong performance. That very quick double by Okocha in the 4th minute, later completing the hat trick there toward the end of the first half. Athenai do have only the 1 goal off of that very good strike from Soren Panda after that excellent build-up. Bierman again winning the ball for Cairo. Motor. Hayden, who fires well wide. This time it's Athenai winning the ball off of Cairo as Hyuga forward to Bourne and back to Evkaterina. Pelletier finds Labovich on the far wing. Back to Lwa. Hyuga. Labovich being forced back, but cuts around. Fired from distance, but over the bar. Some very clever play there for Athenai, trying to play the way out of trouble, but the finish not quite there. Pelletier sends it out wide to Lwa, forward to Labovich. Labovich, but Pleasureman has the beating of him. Sends it back into the center, and now Ness sends it long. Okocha, who already has the hat trick. Now Motor out to the other flank for Greer. Greer sends in the cross. Tried to find Pleasureman. Pleasureman again just missing. Desormeaux back to Evkaterina. Siege sends it forward for Bourne. Chips it over the top. Trying to find Labovich again. This time Ness was wise to it. Pleasureman into Okocha. Okocha cutting inside. Finds Motor. Greer. Greer runs in the box. Takes the shot. Saved by Duke. Right at the keeper, but a good save nonetheless. Motor now will take the corner for Cairo. And it's headed clear. Motor still has it. And then Siege sent it all the way out into touch. And Motor ruled offside regardless. Motor tries the through ball to Hayden. Hayden forced back. Motor. Ibrahimovic from long range and again fires wide at the far post. It has been more or less one-way traffic this match. Again, as always, some moments of brilliance from Athenai, but Cairo fairly dominant in this one as Motor fires and it goes over the bar again. And we saw briefly up in the upper corner, 22 shots for Cairo, but only 9 on target. Very wasteful shooting in this. They could easily have been more. As Greer again fires over the bar. Simply not getting these shots on target. Meanwhile, Athenai have only 4 shots to their name, but 2 of them have been on target. At such low numbers, it's hard to calculate percentages with any degree of factual accuracy, but nonetheless, I'm not entirely sure what point I was making there. As Okocha comes forward. Dispossessed, but Greer sends it to Ibrahimovic. Hayden fires, and it's sent behind by Siege. Miller sends it in, and it's headed over the bar. And it will be another goal kick for Athenai. Okocha with the through ball for Hayden. Hayden beats the last defender and fires wide again. Greer to send in another corner. Ibrahimovic got ahead to it. Duke couldn't hold on to it, but it's headed clear. Greer crosses in again. And this time, Athenai heads it free. Only as far as Bierman, though, who comes up the near flank. Sending it back to the defense, and it looked like was dispossessed there. As less than 20 minutes remain, Cairo with a 3-goal advantage in this one. Athenai really looking to try and get something going. Greer, though, to Ibrahimovic. And Ibrahimovic is ruled offside. Remember, after this, we will see that potential title decider between... Well, never mind that. Okocha's fired just wide, but is ruled offside. But yes, as I was saying, up next, we will have that title decider between Inter London and North Shore. Well, it's a potential title decider anyway. Hayden tried to find Okocha. Wasn't quite there. Hyuga now to Pelletier. Pelletier fires past Larac. And that's another one back for Athenai. They really needed something, and now they've got it. Hyuga dribbling through the center, found the through ball to Pelletier, and Pelletier finishes far post. And again, a very good build-up by Athenai, more or less out of nowhere. Greer sends in the free kick at the far post. Okocha all the way back to Hayden, who fires from range, and Ibrahimovic sends in the rebound. They're looking at it in VAR to see whether they were offside. And the goal will not stand. They're ruling that a Cairo player was offside, and yes, there it is. I believe that's Okocha, who is just offside when Ibrahimovic gets to the second ball. So that will not stand. Athenai still with a 2-goal hole to come out of. Cairo, though, come forward again. Hayden out to Greer. Dispossessed by Panda. Of Katarina. Forward to Panda. And back again. Bourne sends it long, but it's headed down by Rupp. Bierman. Motor. Okocha gets it past Pelletier. Okocha fires right at the keeper. Was looking for a fourth goal, but will not get it on this occasion. As we enter stoppage time, only 1 minute. And it looks like Cairo will see out this 4-2 victory over Athens today. As Rupp sends the ball into touch with a header. Athens with a deep throw. Might be able to get one more back if they move quickly. Bourne sends it back to Abkaterina. On the edge of the box. Motor pokes it free. It's back to Desormeaux. Abkaterina forward. Tried to find Panda. But that is it. And Cairo will win this one 4-2 after a strong performance from JJ Okocha up front. Caleb Hayden, though, getting man of the match for assisting all 3 of JJ Okocha's goals and scoring one of his own. And that is an inspired performance by the Cairo Strike Partnership. Athens certainly making it competitive with 2 goals of their own and some very strong passing play. But they are on the short end of this one. And now it's time for Inter London to make their claim for the SSL Minor League Championship for Season 13. They hold a significant points advantage from over North Shore United, the reigning champions. But if North Shore United can win this match, then it'll be all to play for on Matchday 14. Any other result will see Inter London raising the trophy today. Certainly a tense moment in London as the teams get ready for this matchup. Inter London also should be mentioned in the SSL Cup final that will air Saturday. They take on Reykjavik United, the champions of the major division. That should be a very exciting spectacle. To my knowledge, and if there are any statisticians watching, you may want to double check. But as far as I'm aware, no second division team, since the second division was instituted, has won the SSL Cup. But this Inter London team has a chance to defeat Reykjavik United in that cup final. First, though, they have business to take care of here in their league match. They play for the title against the defending champions. It will be very interesting to see if they can hold strong for this one last match, potentially. Or if North Shore can keep themselves alive for one more match day. And there you see Inter London with their 4-2-3-1 with Jerry up top. And North Shore, this time also fielding your 4-2-3-1. Kay Clements and Zizou Lopta on the wings, very dangerous. London with the 5-point advantage. North Shore need a win in order to stay alive and potentially win the title on Matchday 14. But Inter London need only a draw to confirm their supremacy for this season. London getting us started, going right to left in the blue and black. Snooks. It's sent clear. Here's Del Pirlo. Sends the ball over the bar. North Shore certainly coming out swinging today. They know exactly what's at stake. As here is Lopta with the corner. Ball comes in. Headed down, dives in a lot, sends it clear. Del Pirlo to Lopta, who fires just past the post. Very nearly drawing first blood in this one, but inches wide. And it is North Shore who take the initiative early on. Here, though, is a throw for London. It's Hakkinen. Back to Williams. Dives in a lot. Forward to Levere. McGurk. But it's dispossessed. Although they do win it back. Nunez to McGurk. Berbatov tried to find Levere, but intercepted. And now North Shore countering. Del Pirlo. Forward to Norris. Lopta. Looking for a center. Finds Del Pirlo, but it's sent away. Norris fires from inside the box. And Claire Norris puts North Shore up 1-0 in the early stages. North Shore intercepting the pass in their defensive half and then breaking into the attacking half. Kimoatu tried to cut out the pass from Lopta, but it was right into the path of Norris, who finished from a decent distance. And North Shore have the advantage early on, 1-0. Just under 15 minutes rather, have elapsed as Berbatov up the wing finds McGurk, but it's not. McGurk can't bring it in. Kimoatu now. Williams to Hakkinen. Kimoatu's touch not quite good enough, but here is Williams. Williams fires from the arc. And just like that, we're back level. And that should be a sign of what we're in for today. These two teams going blow for blow as they each seek to lay claim to the SSL Minor Division title. It appears to have taken a bit of a deflection there, but Williams credited with the goal nonetheless. And remember, London only need a draw to confirm their status as league champions. North Shore need to win to stay alive. But it is London with the corner. Nunez. And it's headed over the bar. We are now at the 30-minute mark. After that London goal, neither team really producing any moments of serious quality. It's a very tactical battle, this, as North Shore building from the back. Here's Tato to Clements. Clements saved by Kerrigan, and Clements ruled offside, so even if it had gone in, it wouldn't have counted. Wall now sending it long. Goddamn, can't get to it. Here's Levere. Jerry lays it off for McGurk. Williams into Jerry. Jerry shoots, puts it in the goal, but it might be ruled out for offside. VAR looking at it. And the verdict is, it is disallowed. The goal will not stand. And looking at the replay, really no question. Jerry well offside there. And what would be a go-ahead goal for London is taken off the board as a result. Time ticking down in the first half. London holding on to the draw that they need. They do have a corner. Nunez sent it to Jerry. Back to Nunez. Into Hakkinen. But Lopta there to disrupt. Costanza now to Lopta. Passes into Gnezovic. But Kimoatu there to intercept, although just sends it forward. Clements dispossessed. Kimoatu picks it up. London coming up the near flank. Here's Hakkinen. Cuts inside. Hakkinen fires right at Brickwall Jr. And it seems as though we will go into the half with the scores all square. London 1, North Shore 1. The SSL Minor Division Trophy for Season 13 hanging in the balance here. North Shore get us started in the second half in the all-black. 45 minutes remain between London and Tidal Glory. Here, though, is Jerry. Hackett fires from range, and Brickwall Jr. palms it onto the post. It will be a corner for London. Nunez sends it in, and it's headed clear. Hakkinen into Berbatov. Berbatov fires. Wall Jr. sends it over the bar again. It will be another London corner. London ramping up the pressure here with multiple corners. Nunez again. Tried to find Williams, but it ends up over the bar. Pushed over once again by Brickwall Jr. Nunez again. Low cross. Sent out by Lopta, but Powdered Toastman gets to it. And Tato picks the ball off and sends it long. Eases the pressure a bit on that North Shore back line. Now Del Pirlo. And here comes Snooks, but dispossessed by Levere, making a very speedy run to get the ball back. Jerry sends it out to Hakkinen. Cuts outside, tried to find Kimoatu. Levere sends it wide. And what's this? The referee giving another penalty. And going over to VAR. Or excuse me, not another penalty. And this is the first penalty of the match. I apologize, I misspoke. But no penalty is given, so it's not the first penalty. It's just no penalty. Can only apologize for the slip of the tongue there. It's a potential championship match. The nerves are getting to all of us, I think. As here is Scarpetta sending it long. Snooks, Hakkinen dispossesses though. Kimoatu brings it forward for London. Cuts inside to Jerry, who puts it in the back of the net. VAR once again having a look. They disallowed a goal in the first half, and they will disallow a goal in the second half. Once again, Jerry ruled offside for Inter London. And once again, it's not particularly close. That is 2 goals now for London that have been taken off the board for offside. Kimoatu, though, dribbles past the defense and fires past Brickwall Jr. And Vui Kimoatu puts London ahead and potentially puts one hand on the SSL Minor League Trophy. Kimoatu dribbled past all of those defenders after that pass from Levere. And it ricocheted off the post and back into the net. And London are up 2-1 over North Shore. Remember, all they needed was a draw, but a win would send a real message to the rest of the league. "20 minutes remain. Only 20 minutes are London from league glory. This pass, though, intercepted by North Shore. Powdered Toastman sends it forward to McGurk, who sends it back to the keeper. Dives in a lot to Williams. Williams up the far flank. Kimoatu. Levere. Now Del Pirlo coming forward for North Shore. Out to Norris. Norris sends it back to Lopta. Lopta tipped over the bar by Kerrigan. And North Shore have a corner. Lopta crosses in. It's headed clear, though. And time running out for North Shore here. Williams with the throw to Levere. It's cut out. And now Del Pirlo coming forward for North Shore. North Shore have numbers here to Knezovic. Lopta Dribbling on the near flank, past Berbatov. Berbatov might have just fouled Lopta in the box. This would be a huge penalty for North Shore if VAR gives it. The referee checking. No penalty given. That could very easily have been a turning point in this match. But VAR does not give that penalty. We are just over 10 minutes away from London claiming the league title. Toastman. Berbatov. Lever in space. Dribbling up close. Tried to find somebody in the middle. Jerry, though, covered by the defender. London still with the ball, but Snooks sends it long. It comes down. Now dives in a lot. Kimoatu forward to Jerry. Jerry through the defense. Jerry fires it into the back of the net. And this time it will count. Well, the third time's the charm for Jerry and for London. Kimoatu fired to Jerry, who turned past two North Shore defenders and made good the shot. You see here on the replay, this time, just onside enough. And Inter-London lead 3-1 with less than 10 minutes to play. And their league title win all but assured now, certainly. Barring some real brilliance from North Shore. As here is Lopta with the corner. Headed over the bar. Another wasted effort, unfortunately. North Shore, certainly one of the contenders this season. The reigning champions, but it would seem dethroned here, though Clements squares it to Tato. As soon as I say that, Tato claws one back for North Shore. And perhaps I spoke too soon. With 5 minutes to play, North Shore still need 2 goals. Clements squared it for Tato, and Tato couldn't miss from that distance. It's still a bit of a long shot, but North Shore still very much in this match. Lever, pass back, almost intercepted. Kimoatu, ball dispossessed. Del Pirlo. Now here comes Jean-Claude Goddamn. Cutting past Powder Toastman. Fires! Jean-Claude Goddamn has just equalized for North Shore. Dribbling past the defender. And all of a sudden, North Shore just need 1 goal to keep this title fight alive. Here comes Lever, trying to cut past Costanza. Knezovic, though, coming forward. What a story this would be if North Shore could prolong North London's title celebration. Remember, London still win the title with a draw. North Shore have to win to stay alive. Lever cuts it back to McGurk. McGurk brought down in the box. The referee is given a penalty. This would certainly seal it if VAR gives it. Referee is looking at the screen. The season hangs in the balance. And it's a penalty. It will be Jeffrey Lever to confirm the title. And he does. And in the end, it's Jeffrey Lever putting the exclamation point on a phenomenal campaign for Inter-London. 5 minutes of stoppage time will be played. But barring any last-minute heroics And indeed, the time has ticked down. North Shore with a corner, but at this stage, it might not matter much. Lopta descended in. And it's headed clear. And that is that. Football is coming home. Inter London are your Season 13 SSL Minor Division champions. A strong performance all season, capped off by one of the most exciting potential final matches I've seen in a long time. Bui Kimoatu walking away with player of the match with a goal and an assist. And it was that decisive penalty by Jeffrey Levere after Bud Light Large Box McGurk was hacked down in the box. VAR gave the penalty, Levere put it home, and London will celebrate the title victory. They've still got work to do. They have the cup final on Saturday, but for now, deservedly celebrating the league title that they have just won. Credit to North Shore for a heroic performance, almost getting that win that they needed to prolong the season, but in the end, came up just short. Inter London, once again, as I said, your Season 13 minor league champions. How about that? Well, as exciting as that was, I need to remind you, we do still have 2 more matches to play. It is a little bit anticlimactic after a match like that, but certainly all 4 of these remaining teams trying to bring their season to an end in as strong a form as they can manage. Some have had a better season than others, certainly, but when pride's on the line, form goes out the window. We'll be next visiting Paris, where AS Paris, with their 4-3-3 with the wide midfield, take on the 4-2-3-1 of Kapstad. And there you see confirmation. Inter London, your champions. Kapstad looked like potential title contenders at the beginning of the season, but never quite managed to put it all together. They'll be looking for a strong finish to this season. Meanwhile, AS Paris, a bit of a disappointing run, but certainly hoping to end on a high note. Paris going left to right in the blue and white, but it is Kapstad who come forward now. Smallwood's touch, though, not good enough, and Wilk mops up. Hall now for Kapstad, dribbling, sends it back to Inclon. Joker into the box and fires past Barflett. And within a minute, Kapstad have the opener. Hall, with the back heel to Inclon, who found Joker, managed to dribble past a couple of defenders. And that was a very tight finish, a very small window to fit it into. But Joker, with Kapstad's first shot on target of the match, puts it in the back of the net. Now the cross in, but Von Bismarck claims it for Kapstad. Paris looking for a dangerous cross there, but not quite where it needed to be. Inclon. Martinez to Imbrimovic. Here's Joker again. Inclon. Martinez. Martinez's shot deflected by a Paris defender. Dieter now to take the corner. And it's held by Barflett. Papadopoulos now for Paris. Up the near flank. Crosses in, trying to square it. And Hamza with a good shot, but it went over the bar. Paris now with a deep throw. Zanetti and Hamza, but Zanetti dispossessed by Doug. Martinez now coming forward. Smallwood. Lays it off to Yoker. Now Martinez. Martinez puts it in the net. Far post. Capstad 2, AS Paris 0. Capstad showing that quality that made them early season contenders. Martinez with a strong effort from that angle. Now Paris with a deep free kick. It's sides. Found Papadopoulos. Now Cruz. Cruz puts the ball in the net, and Paris gets one back. On 15 minutes, the deep free kick from sides. Papadopoulos headed it perfectly to Tom Cruise. And Paris now with a lifeline in this one after going behind 2-0 early. Now it's Doug for Capstad. Dieter. Inclon. Back to Doug. Capstad now passing inside to Hall. Smallwood chases it down, manages to get on the end of it. Yoker. The pass was intended for Hall. It looked like the Paris defender, Bohum, that was, got a foot to it, but the ref has given a penalty. VAR now having a look at it. We'll wait for the verdict here. And the penalty is given. And it will be Capstad's penalty. And it is von Bismarck taking the penalty and putting it in the back of the net. Well, you don't often see goalkeeper goals, but von Bismarck certainly taking full advantage of his chance at the penalty spot. I'm so stunned I can't even talk. Even though we have seen it at least one other time this season, that the goalkeeper for Capstad taking the penalty. It's certainly unorthodox, but it's worked out for them. As they now lead 3-1, although Papadopoulos now coming forward for Paris, sends in the cross. Tried to find Cruz for another goal, but von Bismarck at the other end now claims the ball. And here is Zanetti sending the ball long. Falls to Cinnamon. Back to Wilk. Zanetti now. Tried to find Cruz over the top, but Capstad cuts it out. Now Levere. Forward to Dieter. Levere again. Back to von Bismarck, who sends it long. Very patient play from Capstad now with the 2-goal advantage. Hall, though, that pass not far enough. Now Sides, and Sides makes them pay for it. Assuming it stands, they are once again having a look. And it will go to Paris. And this back pass from Hall, trying to find Camavinga, not strong enough. Cruz was there, pass to Sides, who put it past von Bismarck. And that was a perfectly timed run from Sides. Martinez now with a free kick to Smallwood. Yoker fires again. Scored from a fairly similar shot, but this time Barflett is there to stop it. And AS Paris certainly proving wise to some of these Capstad tactics now, but it is Capstad still with the advantage. Yoker, Hall. Inclán, Martinez tried to fire from the deflection, but it will be a goal kick. Zanetti to Hamza, who fires over the bar again. Now Wilk. Hamza crosses in, but it's sent away. Sides now. Bohum. Bohum had a good shot, but Von Bismarck there just push it over the bar. Now Zanetti to send in the corner. Crosses in front. It's headed out to Genkal. Back into Hamza. Tried to play the 1-2, but Hall sends it long. Now in Brimovic. Forced out wide by Sides, who does dispossess. And that will be halftime. AS Paris trailing 2-3. Some very dominant performance in possession by Kapstad, but AS Paris seizing the moment on that first goal by Tom Cruise, and then Tom Cruise again stealing the back pass and passing to all offsides for that second goal. Certainly some heads-up play there by Paris, but it is Kapstad. Smallwood tried to find it. Hall shot from range, but Barflett forces it wide. And it will be a corner for Kapstad. Dieter crosses in, and it's claimed by Barflett. Paris similar to Athenai in that they've had flashes of brilliance, but not really able to put anything together in terms of results as Martinez comes forward for Kapstad. Here's Dieter. Dieter's shot deflected behind by the Paris defense. Dieter with the cross in, and it's headed clear by Megamon. Smallwood gets on the end of it, but Genkal there to nick the ball off of him. Zanetti plays the 1-2 with Hamza. Hamza again from the edge of the box. Shot just past the post. Now Von Bismarck sends it long. Papadopoulos almost getting the return header, but it does go to Joker now. Papadopoulos does finally dispossess, but only as far as Smallwood. And now Wilk sends it back. Ball in a bit of a header battle falls to Genkal. Megamind back to Genkal. Cutting inside. Finds Sides. Over the top for Cruz. In the box. And the shot deflected behind for a corner. Zimmerman sends it in. And Von Bismarck there to collect. With 30 minutes to play, AS Paris trailing by just 1 goal. Here comes Smallwood up the far flank. Inside to Hall. Back to Smallwood. Smallwood shoots from distance, and it's been deflected behind for another corner. It'll be Dieter to take. And it's headed clear. Smallwood. Back into Hall. As Kapstad hoping to cling on to this narrow lead. Certainly the stronger play is Martinez dribbles past the defense and fires just wide. Kapstad certainly looking like the team in control here, but you never know. Paris have been quite wary of some of these Kapstad moves, and certainly not to be counted out here. Joker now with the throw deep in the defending half for Paris. Hall passes into Dieter, and Barflett there to claim the loose ball. Dieter couldn't quite get a foot to it. One of the Paris defenders stuck the foot in. Cruz heads down to Genkal now. But Inclon there to pick up the errant pass. Hamza tries to bring it under control, but it falls to Smallwood for Kapstad. Smallwood bringing up the far flank. Passes back to Hall, back to Smallwood, and then Hall again. Hall cutting inside, shot, and it's deflected off his teammate, and Inclon sends the ball over the bar. Zanetti to Sides. Sides dispossessed by Smallwood. Forced outside, though, by Hamza, and Hamza takes the ball back. Papadopoulos now. Papadopoulos past Von Bismarck. But will it stand? AS Paris might have the equalizer. VAR will confirm. And it seems VAR has indeed given the goal. Hamza with the long ball to find Papadopoulos. Levere couldn't quite get the challenge there. And Paris have equalized with just over 20 minutes to play. It's been a very admirable effort here by Paris as Zanetti sends in the free kick. It's sent behind for a corner. But Paris with an admirable effort after Kapstad taking the early lead. But Paris have fought back. Zanetti now sends the corner and it's headed clear. Genkal still with it. Crosses back in, couldn't find Cinnamon. Hamza heads down. Papadopoulos to Genkal. Genkal dispossessed and was offside. Cinnamon. Forward to Hamza. Now finds Bohum. Will Paris be content with the draw or will they go for the victory? That is the question. And in fact, can Kapstad regain their lead or have they fallen behind? Will back to Cruz. Hamza fired right at Von Bismarck, who pushes it behind for a Paris corner with less than 10 minutes to play. Cinnamon with the long ball, and it's headed over the bar. Tense scenes here in the capital of France as Von Bismarck sends the ball long. Doug to Dieter. Dieter into Imbrimovic, and Zlatan Imbrimovic puts Kapstad back ahead in the dying minutes. Well, he has a tendency to show up exactly when he's needed, and he's done so today. Martinez passed the ball to Dieter. It was a very tight center pass, right exactly where it was needed, and Imbrimovic did the rest with the finish. And after that fight back from Paris, they once again find themselves down one goal. Now Kapstad burst forward again. Inclon forward to Martinez. Heading inside. Smallwood gets past the defense. Can't tuck it inside the near post. Dug down. And Bohum there to nick the ball off. Paris trying to come forward, but getting called dispossessed by Joker. Joker fighting past Genkal to cross in. And headed clear, almost headed clear by Cinnamon. And Kapstad nearly got another one, but Barflett there to hold on to it. Levere now to Joker. Smallwood. Hall inside the box. Cuts it back for Martinez, and Martinez puts the game potentially to bed from close range. Hall did well. Smallwood with a good pass into Hall. The ball took a deflection into Martinez's path. Martinez shot with power from just outside the 6-yard box. Dieter to Hall. Hall loses it out to Zanetti, but the header back down to Doug. Dieter, Martinez, but falls to Dieter again. Dieter from short range, headed out by Wilk. And Kapstad with another corner. And it's headed over the bar. And time ticking away for Paris. The 2-goal deficit at this stage might be too much to overcome. After that brilliant fight back, Bohum, though, for short range, ball forced behind for a corner. Certainly given a good account of themselves today, Paris, but Kapstad simply forcing the issue. And as time runs out with a throw in the attacking third, sent clear by Kapstad. Martinez dribbling through the center now. There is the final whistle. And Kapstad walk away from this one with 3 points today. They got that goal within the first minute by D.D. Yoker. They had a 3-1 advantage. But there was the fight back from Paris that got them to equal terms. But it wasn't enough for Paris, and Kapstad pulling ahead there toward the end. A strong performance from both sides, but it is Kapstad who are superior today. And there we see Lachlan Martinez with the brace will receive Player of the Match honors. Otto van Bismarck, the goalkeeper, of course, with that goal from the penalty spot. And D.D. Yoker and Slatin and Brimvik also on the score sheet for Kapstad. So there you have it, 5-3 to Kapstad over AS Paris. Kapstad looking to finish strong. AS Paris perhaps just waiting for the end of the season to regroup for next year. And now for our final match of the day coming up. It will be Seoul Mythic against Montreal United. Neither of these teams really perhaps having the season they would have liked, but certainly, as I've said, plenty of pride to be played for, nevertheless. Seoul at one point were fighting it out toward the top of the table. One of the potential title contenders, but much like Kapstad, just couldn't put it all together in the end. Montreal having a bit of an up and down season. Never really got going, but certainly plenty of quality in that Montreal team. Never one to be written off. As we prepare for the final match of Matchday 13. Even though our champion's already decided, you can guarantee that every player on that pitch is going to give their all, regardless. None of our players are ever going to be accused of being on the beach already. That's for sure. And here we go with the final match of Matchday 13. Seoul coming out with that 4-3-3 with Delo deployed as a defensive midfielder. Montreal looking for with a 5-3-2 look for this match. As always, O'Rourke and O'Sullivan, that dangerous combination up front. A much more narrow look from Montreal than we've been used to. Can Seoul take advantage of that with their wide players? Or will Montreal be able to overload the middle? Is Montreal who get us started, or Seoul who get us started? Excuse me, Seoul have made me immediately eat my words because we've just seen Gastone Poggio scoring within 25 seconds. Well, I apologize. I have not seen a goal that fast in some time. Paul sent it into the box. Deali tipped it into the path of Poggio. And Poggio makes no mistake from short range. And instantly Seoul pushing ahead. And there you see in the bottom corner, this result would currently move Seoul into 4th place, into the top half of the table. Certainly placement not as relevant outside of 1st place. But it looks like Montreal might have one back here with a penalty. And it looks like VAR has given the penalty. The player tripped just inside the box, it looked like. And it will be Lachlan O'Rourke to take. And Lachlan O'Rourke equalizes for Montreal. This has been a bit of a ride early on. But we are once again level after just 5 minutes. O'Rourke firing right down the middle. Neuer dives, trying to cover that right side, but guesses wrong. Wartooth sends it long, trying to find O'Sullivan over the top there, but Neuer equal to it. Neuer now sending it long. Wartooth, though, trying to head it back for Montreal, but it is Poggio who brings it forward. Now Kennedy fires over the bar. And already an exciting start to this one. It will be a Seoul corner. Poggio to take. The low cross is headed clear. And Chouinard finds Bailey Deali, who puts the ball in the bottom corner. Well, that is one heck of a corner routine. Chouinard finds Deali completely unmarked at the edge of the box. And you just cannot give Bailey Deali that much space. A strong effort from the edge puts Seoul back in front. Montreal looking to regroup after that goal. Wang. Chouinard now. Deali. Paul for Seoul. Paul tried to find Poggio, but Poggio shoots off target. O'Rourke with a strong challenge, but the referee said it was fair. Neuer now sending to Kamanova. Paul to Deali. Deali can't bring it under control. It's Paul again. Paul crosses to Kennedy. And he sends it back in, trying to find Poggio, but nothing doing. Now Vins. Kennedy dribbling into the box. Fires wide. It was a good movement there from Seoul. Kennedy showing with a fearless run into the box, but can't get the shot on target. Now Rage sends it long. It's headed back down for Seoul. Poggio sends it to Paul. Vins, now Kennedy. Kennedy again, dribbling into the box. Neuer, sorry. The keeper for Montreal pushes it aside. Rage, I apologize. Poggio out to Chouinard on the edge of the box. Chouinard fires from distance. And Chouinard makes it 3 for Seoul. Well, talk about corner routines. That's one of the best I've seen. Chouinard, in acres of space, fires past Rage, who, I must admit, I have done nothing but disrespect, and I can only apologize for that, as Wang sends the free kick over the bar for Montreal. It was ruled to be a corner, though. Jeremiah crosses in. It's headed back out to Wang. Wang tries to find O'Rourke, but nothing doing. Kennedy will be first to it for Seoul as we approach halftime. The pass for Jeremiah, nicked by Kennedy. Now Seoul coming forward again. Here's Day Alley, and a lot of space in behind. And it's off the post. Day Alley gets to the rebound, sends it back for Kamanova. Finds Vins, centers, and Calavera gets a foot in. Dear, oh dear. That chance was gift wrapped for Day Alley, but couldn't get it on target. Poggio. The corner almost goes in, but headed clear by the Montreal defense. Jeremiah's pass, though, not on target. Now Kamanova brings it forward for Seoul. Nearing halftime, here's another corner. Poggio. Chouinard passing again to Day Alley. This time, Rage there to hold on to it. And that will be the end of the first half here in Seoul. Well, an early impact from Poggio, but O'Rourke putting the penalty into the net to equalize for Montreal. But then Day Alley and Chouinard scoring off a pair of lovely corner routines for Seoul. And they lead 3-1 at the break. And it is Montreal who get it started, going left to right in the white, as the defender gets a foot in. Now here's Vins. Dribbling past the defenders. Tried to hit the early cross, but nobody was there for it. And not much of note seeming to happen here in the second half. Both teams settling into a bit more of a tentative phase of this game as we approach 30 minutes remaining. Both teams probing for some sort of weakness. Seoul content to just ride this one out, it seems, holding on to their 2-goal lead. Here, though, is Wang for Montreal, trying to find O'Sullivan. Falls to Borat. Borat shot was tipped behind by the goalkeeper, Neuer. Montreal looking for some way back in this match. It is Jeremiah with the corner. Headed away by Ramos. Here's Wang. Sent back to the Montreal defense. And it's another Montreal corner. Really turning up the urgency here in the latter stages. Jeremiah sends it in, and Neuer holds the header. Long ball lands on the Montreal defender, but it's Seoul who come forward. Day Alley to Kennedy. Kennedy fires from inside the box, and Gunnar Kennedy makes it 4-1 to Seoul Mythic. And that goal might have dashed any hope of a Montreal comeback. Day Alley found Kennedy, who had the speed to get into space, ricochets the shot off of the post and in to the back of the net. And with just over 20 minutes to play, it looks like Seoul are going to ride this one out to a comfortable victory. Kamanova loses possession to O'Sullivan. Now O'Rourke. Montreal passing it amongst themselves. Borat out to Jeremiah. Jeremiah dispossessed by Vins with a strong challenge. Kamanova now tries to pass up the line. Almost goes out, but Montreal get to it. Wang dispossessed only as far as Wartooth. Wang again. Borat. Calavera. Normus passes forward to Wang. Wang squares it and falls to Lachlan O'Rourke. And Lachlan O'Rourke has another one back for Montreal. Wang did very well to pick out O'Rourke there. Looked like O'Sullivan was going to make a run for it. Fist might have had it covered. So O'Sullivan recognizes he can't get past Fist and lets it roll on to O'Rourke, who makes no mistake. And now Montreal coming forward again. Calavera. O'Sullivan forward to Wang, but Kamanova there to mop up the poor touch. Kennedy to Chouinard. Paul out wide to Kamanova. Kamanova cuts inside, tried to find a cross, but dispossessed, although Chouinard gets to it. Kennedy. And Kennedy ruled offside, it would seem, as we have less than 10 minutes to play. Montreal within 2, but needing to get those other 2 goals very quickly, and it doesn't seem like that'll happen at this rate. Here's O'Rourke. And dispossessed by Poggio, who sends back to Delo. Here's Ramos. Kamanova. Now Delo. Fist. Seoul patient in possession. They have the 2-goal lead. Kennedy back to Vins. Kennedy again. Up the right rear flank. Crosses in. Punched free by Rage. Chouinard fires from distance, but it's off the bar and out over the end line. Poggio now for Seoul. Gets past Jeremiah. The cross comes in. Headed down, and O'Rourke's, or I believe that might have been Wartooth actually, sends it clear. Kamanova brings it forward again. Crosses in. Headed down. And Rage manages to save it. Very good reflexes there from Rage. As Poggio sends in the corner. Fist tries to find a friendly head. And Rage again with the save. As we have entered stoppage time, there will be 3 minutes of it. Poggio finds Chouinard on the edge of the box. Today Alley. Back to Ramos. Ramos fires right at Rage. Time almost expired here. Montreal winning perhaps out of the question, equalizing as well, hoping to at least get one back here in the dying seconds, but Ramos there mops up the touch, and that is that. Seoul Mythic win this one 4-2 over Montreal. After that quick goal from Poggio and the instant equalizer from Montreal via Lachlan O'Rourke. Some very strong performances from the corner and also in the box. It will be Gunnar Kennedy who receives Player of the Match for that excellent display of dribbling that led to that goal, that fourth goal for Seoul. Lachlan O'Rourke recording a brace for Montreal, but not enough to secure his side victory on this occasion. And that is that for Matchday 13 here in the SSL Minor Division. We've crowned our champion, Inter London, after that incredible 4-3 victory over North Shore earlier today. That will do it for us here today from the SSL. Once again, I've been Metafiction. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, the SSL Cup final takes place this Saturday. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.